It's so great to talk to you today. How are you? Greetings from
Okay.
Toronto, Canada.
Are you in Toronto?
I am.
Lovely. Whereabouts?
North York, middle of the city. You shot,
Yeah.
were you here for Departure? Did you shoot that here?
Departure and Star Trek. I was there for about 18 months. Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
right. And Star Trek, I forgot. My God, you're almost a citizen here. So
I
welcome.
know, I know. I miss it. I miss it, man. I miss the town.
We'll get you back. We'll get you back when the borders are open. I can't even commend you enough on your performance in this. And I wanted to ask you right off the bat, how nervous were you to play this guy?
Well, that's it. Yeah, that was the main thing. I was very apprehensive about even taking on a role of anything to do with terrorism. I think I was trying to make strides where I was not having to come across that. But at that point in my career, 2016, I think it was 2016 when I first auditioned for it.
Yeah.
I was out of work. I was out of work at the time. It goes to show sort of the state of the industry. That was sort of all that was floating about. But I think that the reason, you know, there is a sense of sort of guilt and shame where you go, if I just sort of set back my whole community in South Asian actors, you know, that there is that feeling there. And I think it will always be there. But I think the specificity of the story that we had in front of us was that it was Anna's story and it was true. And it was, we got to see her Skype conversations verbatim, and it was that specificity that went, well, you know what, this is a love story between these two. And it was a two-hander. It wasn't, you rarely get to see what this guy does. You see pictures and images, but it was about how his behavior towards this woman. And I found that very interesting. I did find that subject matter interesting. I had no idea anything about it. But so that was what sort of allowed me to sort of allow myself to do it.
And then you get into the mindset of what he's really doing here. And you know, look, he's got this wonderful personality. He's pretty much like the perfect salesman, you know, he's charismatic, he's good looking, you know, I'm gonna just put it out there, my friend, but a real charmer. Who wouldn't be seduced by this guy?
I suppose it was, yeah, it was trying to get his, I mean, there's something very childish about it, very silly. And there's this, the teen sense of it. And for that, for any young, you know, teenage girl, whatever, it was, obviously he has his techniques, but and that is very alluring to go, you know what, I want to watch this guy play football. I want to make a curry with him. I want to do these sort of human things. And that's obviously part of this thing where he would lure them in and then he could just switch like that and suddenly very evil. But it was trying to balance and get that thing of, you know, it's just an interesting thing to try and play because there's a couple of layers.
Absolutely. And then you're working across Valine, who's amazing. The two of you, the chemistry and the way it built was beautiful. But she's playing a journalist who is, you know, she's a smart cookie. She's not some young, vulnerable girl. Tell me a little bit about the relationship and how you guys built that chemistry just by working together via the screen.
Well, we shot the whole film in 9 days, but we had a 1 week where we rehearsed in this hotel, and that 1 week was very important because we sort of, you know, figured out what we wanted to do and how we were going to, you know, just everything really. I wrote about 3 scenes in the film. We were using Brit script. We were improvising. So on the day we would just add loads of stuff in, and Timo would say, "Why don't you try this? Walk around that scene where he walks around the house and shows around." That was all improvised. You know, we made it up, and just stuff like that. So it was just about trying to find the right balance because we'd reset it in London, so we obviously had a bit more knowledge of how to play things, and yeah, I mean, it was sort of a perfect collaborative thing because Timur and Olga, the producer, gave us so much freedom. That is quite a rare thing, especially even on indie. It's just quite a rare thing to even get that kind of trust from a director, which gives you confidence, you know.
Absolutely. What was it like after you saw the finished product and watched this back?
First time I watched it, I was quite, you know, I was like, well, am I really going to enjoy a movie on a screen for, you know, hour and 50 or whatever? You know, I was like, there's no way this is going to work in my head. It's testament to how good, you know, the sound, the editing, the production, everything they did, and the direction that I felt like I was watching this incredible fast-paced thriller. The pacing of the movie just shocked me the most. I was like, this flies by like that, and you're on the edge of the seat. I rarely enjoy stuff I'm in, and this is one of the few times where I'm like, wow, that was a good movie.
Honestly, it was compelling. Yeah, I wanted to know, after doing a film like this and learning about how people can be so sucked in by the internet. This is not just this particular situation, but in general, you know, there's so many people catfishing and pretending. What are your thoughts about? And what would you like people to learn from watching this?
Well, Timur, I think one of the first things he said was that people, you know, and at that time 4 years ago, he was like, people are more open emotionally with their screens than they are with the people in their lives. You know, I've got friends who put things on, you know, Instagram and don't even talk to me about it. And that is the world's gone such an interesting way, because I'm not into generally, you know, social media or any of that kind of stuff. But to watch that happen, I'm seeing it happen with my nieces, you know, just the way we use technology is such a scary thing to me, that that was also another reason why I wanted to sort of explore this kind of thing of why we're so open with these things. You know,
Yeah.
why is it easy, why is it easier to talk to a screen, or you
Yeah,
know.
it's such a fascinating dynamic, especially over this past year. Just before I wrap, I have to ask you, we're going to be getting a mini series coming up of you, The Pursuit of Love, working with two of my faves, Andrew Scott and Lily James. Oh, that must have been so much fun.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, Lily, I've known for 11 years. She's one of my closest friends, and we're doing another film. What's Love Got to Do with It? End of
Yes.
the, which is coming out. And Andrew, I remember seeing him. He was one of the first plays I went to see. A play called Cock with Ben Whishaw years ago. You know, and he's one of the great stage actors. So it was just a pleasure to be on the same set as him. Yeah, I can't wait. I think it's going to be great. Emily Mortimer's done a great job. She's made it very
Yeah.
fun and spunky and a new take, and it's going to be good. It's going to be
Can't
good.
wait to watch that. Well, congratulations on your performance and profile. My God. Listen, I totally would have been seduced by you. So you've done your job, my friend. You really did.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we